Although Vita Health Group provided this exercise class provisional with your health and safety in mind, each individual participant has their own limitations and should consult their general practitioner or an appropriate medical professional prior to undertaking the class. Should you be prone to injury, are currently pregnant, or be managing any functional limiting medical conditions, please seek medical confirmation prior to participating. At all times, ensure you follow all instructions provided by Vita Health Groups throughout the entirety of the recording. Should you experience any symptoms of dizziness, nausea, or increased pain at any point during your participation, please stop and seek the appropriate advice from your general practitioner or the 111 service.
Hi and welcome to our advanced ankle and foot class. My name is Ryan. I'll be delivering today's class. So the purpose of today's class is to help improve strength and stability through the ankle and the foot. Looking to really work with more explosive movements and hopping, landing, balance work. So this class is aimed for people who start to see some improvement in their symptoms already and have done some form of strength training for the ankle and foot before. So in front of you, you'll now see a list of equipment that you'll need in order to complete this class. Please make sure you've got all that with you before we start moving on to the class. Once you've got that, we can move on to our warm-up. Okay, so I'm going to start with a bit of a warm-up now, just get the body ready for the class. So I'm going to start out with a nice gentle march, just very steady on the spot. So looking to drive them knees up, get them arms moving, make sure we're swinging the arms as well. Make sure we're taking nice deep breaths while we're working through the exercise. So kind of the aim of the warm-up here is to raise the heart rate, activate the muscles that we're looking to work, mobilise the joints, and then potentiate, which just make the exercise we're doing a little bit more difficult and progress into the actual class itself. So keep yourself stood nice and upright, nice deep breaths, keep driving them knees up, don't let them fall down. So as the heart rate begins to pick up, we'll actually increase muscle temperature as well, which improves muscular flexibility. All things that are good to help us perform and to prevent any kind of injury or anything like that. Okay, so we're going to progress this march into a nice steady jog, just keeping it on the spot. Again, don't forget about your breathing. Nice deep breath throughout, nice and light on the toes. If you want to swing the arms a little bit as well. That's it, a little bit longer. Again, just kind of jogging at a comfortable pace, nothing too serious for you. Okay, I'm going to move on to the joint mobilisation for the hips, the lower back, and the pelvis. So we're just drawing these nice big circles as far as we can. Keep the hands on the hips to guide. And then we're going to change direction and the exact same thing going the opposite way. Again, nice deep breaths. Really feel that kind of stretch through the muscles as you push in each different direction. Okay, and then just on one leg at a time, just as far as you're comfortable with, just swing that leg in forwards and in front behind you. Focus on one point in front of you, or pop your arms out just to help you balance a little bit. And again, you can progress it just by swinging a little bit further. So you're just looking to feel that stretch in that hip, and activate the glutes as well. Also activate through the leg where we just get a little bit of balance. Okay, and then the exact same thing on the other side. Again, pick one spot in front of you, get the arms out, and just swing that leg. If you do need to put your foot back down to gauge your balance, that's fine. Good stuff. Okay, and then we're just going to start to bring it up the body a little bit into the shoulders. And we're just going to draw these nice big circles with the hands. Again, progress it yourself, kind of as far as you want to go, as far as feels comfortable for you. If that's just a small circle down here, that's fine. If we can we bring them up into a nice big circle, forwards and backwards, and just keep going. Helps to stretch out the chest, the upper back, even work into the neck a little bit as well. Again, a good warm-up kind of focus targets the whole body rather than just certain structures. Good. Make sure we are changing directions. Good stuff. And I'm going to move on to mobilise the actual spine itself. So various different movements for the spine. So I'm going to start with feet nice and close together. Again, nice deep breaths while we work through these. Popping our hands on the front of our thighs and just sliding down as far as we can. When you reach that point, very slowly return to your starting position and repeat. So 5 of these. Again, make sure we are just in a comfortable range. So if that's only to your knees and back up, that's perfectly fine. It's just as far as you can go. Okie doke. And once we've done 5, the exact same thing, hands round on the back, just below the glutes. And we're just going to slide down towards the back of the knees. Again, you won't get anywhere near as far as you will going forwards. And again, it's just as comfortable as you can, kind of in terms of distance. So 5. Once you've done your 5, hands round onto the sides, kind of where your pockets should be. Maybe open up your feet a little bit wider for this one. And stand up nice and straight, and you're just going to slide one hand at a time down towards the knee to side flex the spine. And the exact same thing going in the other direction. Good. Again, nice deep breathing as we work through. So to each side is 1 rep, so you do 10 in total. Good, last one. Then you're going to, again, feet still in kind of position, arms out in front of you, and you're going to rotate to look over one shoulder, and then rotate the other way. Again, each side in 1 rep, 5 of these. So again, 10 in total. Keep counting your head. Make sure you keep the hips facing forwards, so we're just rotating the lower trunk. Okay, then give everything a nice little shake off as we draw towards the end of our warm-up. So we'll move on to the actual class itself now. So here's just a quick reminder of the equipment we'll need for this class. Because this exercise is a single leg balance, but we're looking to shift the weight of the body through more awkward positions whilst also stood on a pillow. So it doesn't matter which leg we start with, we're going to bring the other leg up and out in front of us. So we're going to start with the leg out in front, we're going to bring it up, touch the ankle and extend behind you. And as we're moving this leg around the body, you should feel that little bit of a shift in body weight, which the ankle and the foot and the knee are fighting to resist. So again, we're just going to start out in front, out to the side and behind. Again, if you want to progress this exercise, try and complete it with the eyes closed, make it far more difficult to complete. So even if you just do one out in front, so it makes it far more difficult, really challenging to do it with the eyes closed. Good stuff. And we're just going to keep going on that leg until we reach failure. So until the leg and the foot physically can't hold anymore, you get really shaky, really tight, you need to just jump off that cushion. So after we've done that, just give the legs a nice little shake, and then we're going to repeat on the other foot. Again, So the foot's going to start out, in front, out to the side, and behind. So if you do need to pause the video while you complete this to failure, that's a good idea. If you've got time, leave it playing. But really take your time with these and just keep working round and round and round until, again, both legs just can't hold anymore. And as we step off, we should feel a real achiness right from the hips all the way down into the ankle and the foot, where we use the whole of the lower limb to really stabilise as we work through them different positions. After we've completed on both sides and we've just reached our point of failure where we can't hold anymore, you take 20 seconds, take some nice deep breaths and just have a little bit of a breather, give the legs time to recover before we move on to our next exercise. Okay, so next up we have a plyometric exercise. So a plyometric is anything where we're creating a short, sharp creation of force. So we're accepting the load and then quickly bursting out of that movement with a nice quick muscle contraction. So we're going to perform these on a step. So get in front of a step where it's safe to do so, and you need enough room in front of that step to do a little bit of a jump as well. So the idea is, as we come off the step, we're accepting the load, and as we burst into that jump, we're creating force as well in a nice, real short kind of moment all at once. Okay, so stand on the step and facing off, and all we're going to do is just drop off the step where the body accepts the load, and then we're creating that force as we burst up into a jump. Okay, so jump off and jump up. Okay, we're going to do 8 of these before we have a nice little rest. Just keep getting back up on the step. Nice deep breaths, drop off, and a big jump. And just keep working through. Okay. And just keep repeating, make sure it's a nice quick burst up off the ground. Good. Real sharp movement, almost all one thing. Okay, 3 more. Good. Make sure you're taking that nice deep breath all the way through. Good. Doesn't matter if you do forward a little bit with a jump, just make sure it's a nice quick jump up off the floor. Okay, last one. Good. And just take 20 seconds, get your breath back, let the legs recover, and just before we move into our second set. Okay, and moving on to our second set, again moving up onto the step to start off. Again, just 8 repetitions this time round. Then just drop off the step, nice quick jump. Okay. Then drop off, burst up. So it's a nice quick movement, remember? Nice deep breaths as we're getting back into that position. Good. Focus more on the changing from accepting load to creating force rather than the height of the jump. Obviously, the higher we jump, the better. It's nice and quick. One more to take it to number 8. Good. And after number 8, after you complete 8 reps, again, to get your breath back, have a little bit of a breather, take 20 seconds before we move into our third and final set. Okay, and moving on to our third and final set now. So we're going to bring ourselves up onto that step again. This time we're just going to keep completing these until failure, so until we get really tired and we can't do any more. Okay, so it's going to drop off, and this time a much bigger jump, as high as we can. Really push ourselves. We'll just drop off, burst up. Okay, so really quick from changing that acceptance of load to creating force, and jump up as high as we can and land nice and safely. Again, just keep repeating that. If you need to pause the video while you complete these, please do that. After you've completed your set until failure, again, just take a little bit of a rest break. Take 20 seconds, get your breath back before we move on to our next exercise. So our next exercise is a step drop onto a single leg. So find a step where it's safe to do so. Just with a little bit of space in front of that step. So the idea of the exercise is to help the ankle and train the ankle to accept load as we land on the ground. So obviously this happens every time we take a step, every time we run, the ankle's always accepting load. So we're going to start off with both feet on the step and just drop onto one foot. Okay, then we're going to bring ourselves back onto the step and repeat, but drop off onto the other foot. Okay, so that's one on both feet. So after you've completed onto both feet, that's one rep. We're going to do 7 of these before we move on to a second set. Okay, so nice and slow, don't rush, you don't need to jump off the step. We're just dropping off and accepting that load. Okay. Nice deep breathing as we keep working through. Good. So all the weight of the body is going down, through the foot and into the floor. And what happens is, just by kind of physics, as the force goes into the ground, then an equal but opposite force comes back up through the foot and into the body. So training that one foot, that one ankle to accept that load. Good stuff. Just keep working up until we've done 7 on each side. Good. Good stuff. One more. Good. And after you've done 7 on each side, just give the legs a nice little shake. Give a bit of a rest. Take some deep breaths. Just take 20 seconds for recovery time before we move into our second set. Okay, moving on to our second set again, bringing ourselves up onto the step. Again, just repeating through, 7 on each side, just dropping off that step, accept the load, and repeat on the other side. Just working through nice deep breaths. Really stick that landing as we fall down. Good. Good stuff. Nice deep breath still. Really trains the ankle up to really be able to accept a lot of load. Good, and just keep going until you've done 7 on each side. You should get the gist of it by now. Once you complete 7 on each side, you take some nice deep breaths, take a little bit of a break, let the legs recover, and we'll move on to our next exercise. Okay, so our next exercise is a stretch for the calf. More of a dynamic stretch, this one. So, a stretch whilst we are moving. Really good stretch for the calf. So we're going to start off, doesn't matter which way we're facing, so we're just going to sweep down for the calf. So I'll show a front view to start. So just going to place one foot out in front, sweep down and back up. Then over onto the leg and sweep down. So once we've done both sides, that'll be 1 rep. Then back to start leg and keep sweeping down. Make sure we really straighten that leg so we feel the stretch all the way down the hamstring and into the calf as well. So we do 8 reps of these, so 16 in total. So just keep counting, taking nice deep breaths as we walk through. Really sweep down through the back and either side of the heel. Good. And after 8 on both sides, stand up nice and tall. Nice deep breaths, and just take 20 seconds for a bit of a rest before we move into our second set. Okay, and moving on to our second set, again repeating that movement. So, and that nice deep breathing as we work through 8 reps, so 16 in total as we work on both sides. So again, just sweep down and back up. Remember, really try and pull that toe up and straighten that leg out to make sure we stretch down the whole back of the leg. Should feel we're stretching all the way through. Keep these nice and under control, don't rush down. It's a nice, slow, steady sweep. Good, and after we've done 8 reps, stand up straight again, nice deep breath, give the legs a nice little shake out. Just take that time, take 20 seconds before we move into our third and final set. Okay, and moving on to our third and final set. Let's give a little bit of a side view for this one. So, I'm going to bring that foot out and in front and sweep down. Hope that's how everyone's been completing it. And it makes a little bit more sense to see it from the side. Okay, so that's 1. Again, just working up to that 8 reps. Nice and slow, nice deep breaths. If we rush these, we'll lose the quality of the stretch. Good. After 8 on each side again, shake them legs off. Again, nice deep breaths, bring it back to that relaxed state. Again, and just take 20 seconds, really take your time before we move on to our next exercise. So our next exercise is again another plyometric exercise, looking to create force shortly after the muscles are accepting load as we're lowering through a movement. So for this one we've got jump squats. So we're going to slowly lower down into a squat. Don't worry about getting right down to the ground, just nice way into a squat and then just burst up off the ground into the air. So nice, slow, steady on the way down, and then quick up into a jump. Okay, and just keep repeating that. Good, nice and slow. Don't worry about the height of the jump necessarily, just work on that nice quick change from lowering down to shooting back up. Okay, so it's not a down and up, really lowering down and then nice and quick back up out of the squat. So do 8 of these and take a little rest. Good. Keep going. One more, take us to 8 reps. Good. And after 8, again, just give the legs a nice little shake. Nice deep breath. Just take 20 seconds. Let the legs recover and we'll move into our second set. Okay, moving on to our third and final set. So with this being our advanced class, we're looking to really push ourselves. So with this final set, we're just going to keep going until failure. So get that jump as high as possible and keep repeating that until there's nothing left in the tank, the legs are exhausted and we need to stop and have a rest. So just as a reminder, arms across the chest. Slowly lower down into that squat, keeping that back nice and straight. And as we get near the bottom, jump back up nice and high. Nice quick conversion from that downwards into that upwards phase. Good. Make sure you're getting up off the ground. Really works the calf and works the ankle and the foot as we land again. Okay, so if you need to pause the video while you complete these, please do that. And just keep working until kind of the whole legs, the ankle, the feet, the quads, the glutes, whatever. You keep going until you physically can't do any more. Once you reach that point, just take a little bit of a rest. Get the breath back, get 20 seconds, and just let the leg recover before we move into our next exercise. Okay, so our next exercise is a lateral hop. So working on creating that force and accepting the force that's staying on one limb rather than transferring from one side to the other. So starting off on one leg. So again, just keeping your balance like that. We're just gonna hop to one side and back across, okay? So we're just gonna keep alternating from one side to the other, working for 30 seconds. I'm gonna swap over onto the other leg, okay? So 30 seconds starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Just a nice steady hop, just working from one side to the other. Don't worry about the distance, just make sure we're working from one side to the other. Again, if you recalibrate if you have a bit of a wobble. Just keep going a little bit longer. Okay. And after 30 seconds, swap over onto the other leg and I'm going to repeat on the other side. Okay, make sure you're taking nice deep breaths as working through. Focus on one point to help keep your balance. Now let's go for 30 seconds, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Really use the arms for balance. Good. Keep going. And that nice deep breathing. Good. 5 seconds left. Keep working. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Really tiring that. So get your breath back, give your legs a chance to recover. Some nice deep breaths. So just take 20 seconds and we'll move on to our second set. Okay, moving on to our second set. So again, to advance this exercise, we're just going to keep going till failure on either side. So again, starting on the same side we started with before. So rather than for 30 seconds, we're just going to go until we need to just physically stop, put both legs down, have a breather, and then repeat on the other leg. Again, so starting on the same leg, and just a little hop to the side and back. Okay. Make sure it's sideways and back across, like so. So nice and slow, nice and steady, taking nice deep breaths. And then until the leg can't do any more, it's just really, really tired, maybe the calf, the ankle can't do any more. Just gonna move over after a little 20-second rest and repeat on the left-hand side. If you need to pause the video while you complete these, please do so. After you've completed on both sides, resume the video. And once we've completed on both sides, we're just going to take 20 seconds to have a little bit of a breather, a little bit of a rest break, and we'll move into our next exercise. So next up, we have got a stretch for the calf muscle. We're going to perform this at the edge of a step. So if you need to use something for balance, please do that. So if you can stand at the edge of the step, we're just going to walk gently backwards until we've got the balls of the feet at the edge of the step. Again, hold onto the walls if needed for balance. And all you're going to do is just let the heels fall off the step. So I can feel a stretch through the back of the calf there. Taking nice deep breaths. If you can't feel it, really hold onto the wall and walk the feet. So you've got kind of just the ball on the foot right at the edge of the chair there. So the heel should fall below the edge of the step, and then you feel that stretch through the back of the calf. Okay. Okay. So let the calves just fall, let the heels fall, and just hold that there for 20 seconds. Taking nice deep breaths while the calf stretches out. Keep your chest up and out right. Again, use the wall for balance if you need to. Good. After 20 seconds, just lower down onto the floor. Again, just take 20 seconds, let the legs recover, get your breath back, and we'll move on to our second set. Okay, so our next set will be starting from now. So bring ourselves up onto our step again and bring the heels down off the step. Again, please hold on to kind of a wall or anything that you need to for balance where possible. And then just let the heels drop off the step. If you've not got enough kind of range in the foot, again, just walk the feet towards the edge of the step. And just let that heel drop below the step level until you feel that stretch in the calf. And once we're there, just hold that for 20 seconds. A nice deep breath and really hold that stretch. Okay, so 20 seconds starting in 3, 2, and 1. So if you've got a wall to hold onto, can you push down to drive the heels down off the step? Good. A little bit longer. And after 20 seconds, just drop down, give your ankles a nice little shake out, some nice deep breath, and that brings us to the end of that stretch, but also to the end of that class as well. Thank you very much for completing that. Really hope you enjoyed it. Hope you find some benefit from the class. So we'll now move on into a cool down to prepare the body to stop exercising. Thank you. Okay, so the same way we prepare the body to warm up for exercise, we have to prepare the body to cool down in the same way. So we just to start off with that, we'll pop our hands on our hips, nice big circles, working around as far as we can. So looking to lower that heart rate back down to a resting level and keep the fluids transporting around the body to the tissues that we've worked. Nice deep breathing throughout. Nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good, and then change direction, the exact same thing. Try and use your hands just to guide your hips a little bit further. Really progress that stretch if you want to. Good stuff. Keep working. Twice more round, and I'll move on to our next stretch. Okay, so starting off, hands on front of the legs. We're just going to reach down to touch our toes, nice and slowly, and coming back up. Ensure we're going down as slowly as we're coming back up. Again, maintain deep breathing as we're working down to the toes and back up to our start position. Keep them knees nice and straight, don't let the knees bend as we work down. Okay, and then bring the hands up and behind the head. Again, nice deep breathing while we're working through all of these movements. So really open that chest up, nice deep breaths, and we're just going to work. Bring the hips out and the shoulders over to the other side. And the other way. And rotate to look each way. Again, just hold it at the end of the stretch and work around the opposite side. And forwards. Again, keeping them knees nice and straight. Keep the back in line and back up. Nice deep breaths as we're working down. Nice deep breaths in as we come back up. And the same thing, leaning backwards. Okay, then just moving on to a very steady, just walking on the spot. Again, looking to keep those structures working. Looking to engage that skeletal muscle pump, so every time your muscle contracts, it pumps that blood flow back around the body. Similar to where the heart does, but rather up near the heart, right down near the structures that we've worked. So again, just nice and slow, keep your breathing nice and deep. Very gentle. I'm just going to move it around the mat, just side to side. Again, just engages different muscle groups ever so slightly. Okay, then just to finish off our cool down, some really nice deep breathing. Again, the nice deep breath really helps to lower that heart rate back to its resting level. So hands on hips or behind your back, wherever feels comfortable. Really get that chest out. Nice deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just keep repeating that. and that'll bring us to the end of our cool down. Thank you very much.